I once thought it was a great misfortune to be assigned the task of chronicling the various reports arriving at the tower concerning the appearances of the famed obelisk. This monolith, named the Finger of God by some, was easy to dismiss at first. Like so many reports of dragons or will-o-wisps, the sightings seemed to be little more than fanciful exaggerations of otherwise normal and mundane events. Tricks of light transforming large hawks into giant winged fire breathers, or the gaseous exhaust of decomposing plant matter creating illusions of spectral orbs, are typically given supernatural origins through the primitive imaginations of commoners. This is not to say dragons are not real. I have seen the remains of their great skeletons myself. Furthermore, magic is capable of wondrous and bizarre results, which makes it nearly impossible to dispel all reports of spectral lights, spirits, and hauntings as simply the primitive fantasies of the superstitious. We live in a world filled with mysticism, magic, and wonderful mysteries. However, even these have rules defined by gods or natural law. They are bound by constraints which limit their impossibility. The idea that a towering monolith of unbroken stone, whose height and appearance dwarfs any terrestrial creation, is floating high above the ground and moving under some unseen and unknown power to the east is preposterous. No known craftsmanship or magic of humankind could create such a thing, and if by some strange alchemy such a thing was made, to believe any sorcerer could be powerful enough to thrust it into the sky, sustain it there indefinitely, and propel it on some mysterious course is simply ludicrous. No educated man, scholar of the tower or otherwise, would believe such nonsense outright. It defies all logic. It would exist without purpose, without reason, and therefore it should not be. And yet the stories continue to arrive. Notable scholars, whose testimonies I trust, report having seen this mysterious wonder. They offer varying accounts as to its size, rate of travel, and even its color and sound or lack thereof. However, while similarities in its physical properties do exist, it is the influence this obelisk has on the world which is so strangely inconsistent. Some of the reported stories are most likely coincidental. I believe the raids of barbarian reavers from the west would have existed independent of the obelisk's arrival. The uprising at an asylum administered by one of my colleagues may have been incited by the appearance of the floating tower. Still, it does not mean the obelisk had any direct power or influence on that tragic event. Other rumors, such as the appearance of a demon in the midst of a peasant revolt, the unbelievable report of an entire necropolis reanimating, the rise of new cults dedicated to the monolith, and people of humble heritage suddenly employing magical powers which were once unknown to them, seem to be evidence of a deliberate influence by the obelisk. With the growing collection of evidence provided by reputable sources, I am forced to accept not only the existence of this strange apparition, but also that it is having some unknown effect on the world and people caught within its aura. However, accepting its existence does not put me any closer to understanding its nature. There is surprisingly little useful information in these accounts. The testimony of these witnesses seems layered with exaggeration, if not complete invention. And yet, they must be included in the record in the study of this tower. As I ponder this thing's existence through the careful examination of these reports, I find myself wondering about the unknown or unwitnessed events. There must be hidden and private accounts where the influence of the obelisk is experienced but kept secret? What events may have occurred where the witnesses or victims never reveal the strange effect of the monolith? And what of those who do not survive their experiences? What secret and horrible influence did the obelisk have over them, which doomed them to die under its shadow? What knowledge is lost not knowing the secret truth of these lost testimonies? I believe any truth which can be divined about the obelisk exists within these stories. To that end, we must focus our efforts. This will require direct investigation, where impartial and even skeptical minds are employed to seek out and record events both publicly known as well as the secret and hidden testimonies. Unfortunately, I am too old to embark on such a journey. However, I have dispatched 3 apprentices in my stead. These 3 have served me well for many years. I trust they will use adequate judgment and discipline to discover and record the secrets which hide among the growing legends and myths surrounding this strange wonder. The true nature of this thing must be defined. We still do not know its purpose, or the purpose its creators had in unleashing it upon the world. If we discover its effects on our world are truly evil, then we must learn how it exists. For in that knowledge alone is the secret to unmaking it, ridding us of whatever maleficence it may yet be capable of. I fear the obelisk's journey to the east is like the diminishing of a candle. As its course nears its end, so too will our ability to see in this darkness be concluded. It may be only after its great journey is completed that its nature is revealed. If this is true, we must unravel its secrets with great haste, so we can prepare ourselves for whatever future action it may take. It is to this unknowable fate we find ourselves in conflict. If we fail, we may be lost in the darkness, victims of whatever mysterious effect this thing will have on our world. And so I eagerly await reports from my 3 dispatches. During this time I will not be idle. I have called upon my associates in the tower to aid me in properly compiling any existing accounts of the monolith. As we gather our knowledge, filtering out truth from the fanciful, perhaps our combined scholarship will be enough to unravel the monolith's secrets before it's too late.